Look, I know it's been a few days since I've posted, and I'm sorry about that, but I do want to talk about what's going on with James Comey. This is alarming, and you should be a little alarmed, but there's hope, and I'll get into why in just a moment. Donald Trump has pushed his Justice Department to indict the former FBI Director, James Comey. Okay, let's be clear about what's happening here. This isn't about justice, it is about retaliation. Trump is ignoring real threats to the nation's security and using the presidency to punish his political enemies. That should trouble every American. And I say this not just as a commentator, but as a former federal prosecutor in the National Security Division of the U.S. Department of Justice. I've worked under the principles of federal prosecution, the rules that govern when DOJ should bring charges. And what's happening here does not meet those standards. The Justice Manual makes it very clear. Prosecutors are supposed to bring charges only when the admissible evidence is probably sufficient to obtain and sustain a conviction. Probable cause is the bare minimum standard under the attorney ethics rules, but DOJ policy requires quite a bit more. Strong evidence, enough to convince a jury beyond a reasonable doubt on every element of the offense. It also forbids prosecutors from being influenced by political association, activities, or beliefs. And yet here we are, a president targeting the FBI director who refused to bend to the law to him, trying to criminalize that independence. It's the exact kind of thing that the DOJ policy is designed to prevent. But let's talk about the case itself. The allegation is that Comey lied to Congress about authorizing a leak, but in federal court, the jury has to find every element of that offense proven beyond a reasonable doubt. That means three things. They have to find that Comey's statements were false beyond a reasonable doubt. They have to find that Comey knew his statements were false when he made them beyond a reasonable doubt. And three, they have to find that the supposed falsehood was material, meaning relevant to what Congress was actually investigating beyond a reasonable doubt. And there's plenty of doubt on every one of those elements. That means the government's case is extraordinarily weak. The Justice Manual says charges should reflect serious conduct and be supported by sustainable evidence. And this case doesn't meet that standard. And let's not forget, the purpose of these DOJ standards is to maintain public confidence in rational, objective prosecutorial decisions. Using the Department of Justice as a weapon against political rivals shatters that confidence to its core. So yes, people should be worried about what this means for the rule of law, but there is a flip side. An indictment is not a conviction. Comey has already said that he's going to trial, and under our system, it's 12 jurors, not Donald Trump, who get the last word. And when those jurors weigh the evidence, the odds are that a conviction isn't going to happen. And that means that this whole stunt is likely to blow up in Trump's face, as it should. Again, I'm Nate Charles. Thank you for listening. I'll be back with more as soon as I can.